Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the final press conference of the World Rapid and Blitz Chess Championships, organized by FIDE here in New York. This particular press conference is dedicated to the World Blitz, which is just finished now, hours away from New Year's here in New York. Here we have on stage with us the winners, Ju and Jun in the women's competition, and two winners in the open competition, Mr. Jan Nepomniachtchi and Mr. Magnus Carlsen. Welcome to all of you, and thank you for joining us. This is a unique end to a unique event in a unique year for FIDE, where we celebrated 100 years since our founding. And we're delighted to have been able to organize this event here and to bring it to New York. And we're very grateful to all the players who have come, all the media and all the spectators, and we hope that you really enjoyed the show. I'm going to start with Ju first, because you finished your event first. So it was really tough, this final stage of the knockout. 5 draws and then a victory against your compatriot Lei Tingzhe.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it is in the finals. Lei Tingzhe is a very strong blitz player, and I was just more lucky. And well, I think we both play well.
But do you think luck prevailed here? So how big of a factor was luck? If you could quantify it, would you say 50, 60%?
Well, I think like in the first 5 games, we both played well, and in the 6th game, and she played this opening. I know it's a decisive game, and well, luckily I checked it earlier, like in this tournament, so I know some thoughts. So I guess that's how it was.
Thank you very much. I'm turning to the winners in the Open. Jan, I'm going to start from you. You managed to come back 2 games down and to equalize, and then we saw 3 very hard-fought draws. Mm-hmm. How difficult was it to make a comeback, and how do you do it? Obviously, that's a really big thing in the finals of the World Blitz against Magnus Carlsen. How difficult was it for you?
Well, it was, of course, uneasy, and we played recently in the ChessCom finals in Oslo, and it was like pretty much the same situation for me. Like, so I started with 2 losses, and then it was 6 games, but anyway, it was very difficult to come back. But I also think that even though like I had some chances in those games, like in Oslo, so I wasn't like too pessimistic, because all right, like of course, like not the best start, but whenever I get a chance, I can try to play it on and to use it. So yeah, it's like 3-2 blitz. It's anything can happen, and yeah, okay. The game 3 was important, and okay, then game 4, I believe, yeah, it was a continuation of our theoretical battle from Oslo, and then that game I castled like kingside and got mated in 2 moves. Here I opted for queenside castle, which worked like a charm, but. Of course, okay, I already had to get from behind against Wesley, and Magnus had to do the same, I think, against Hans in the first match, yes. So, yeah, it's a very long and exhausting event for everyone, so it was, of course, quite a bit of luck for me, but I think also I just tried to give it all.
Excellent, thank you very much. Magnus, after these 3 very difficult games which ended in a draw, if I got it well, you stood up and suggested that you came with the proposal that you should split the crown, split first place. What made you suggest that?
I thought that at that point, like, we'd already played for a very long time, and I was first of all very happy to end it, and I thought at that point it would have been very, very cruel on both of us if we, that one gets first and the other gets second, and so I thought it would be a reasonable solution.
What do you think the reaction is going to be of the spectators to this?
I don't know. I think.
To both your fans and
no, I think like people, of course, understand that we're both tired and nervous, but some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it. It's the way it is.
All right, that's great. Well, thank you both, and thank you, Drew. So we're going to open the floor now for questions. Tell us where you're from, tell us what your question is, and let's move on. Hello, gentleman over there.
Hi, my name is Sal Triparana with the Chicago Chess Foundation. Would like to say Happy New Year's to you champions. My question is for everyone on the panel. You face many top players across several different formats in chess. Do you feel like rivalries play a bigger role in Blitz compared to classical chess? If so, who is your biggest rival in the Blitz format?
Okay, June, do you want to start first about rivalry? Who is your biggest rival in the Blitz?
Well, actually, I don't have that
Perception?
expectations for Blitz. That I think literally they are all good. But I think during the game I played, I think Lettinger played really well. She gave me a lot of pressure during the game.
Thank you very much. Two of you obviously talk about the rivalries. Magnus, you want to start first on this one?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are many like good potential rivalries, but I'm most of all just trying to beat the field, like trying to beat whoever is in front of me, and of course, with this match format that we had today, then it becomes kind of more pronounced, which I guess is a good thing.
Jan?
I also think like on a good day, like anyone can perform brilliantly. Yes. So whatever we take, like not only like top 10 players or top 20 players, but a lot of Blitz stars here, who are, some of them are like well known on the internet, on the chess.com. Yeah, some of them like less. But I think if we check like the standings of the Swiss part of the World Blitz Championship, okay, quite a bit of names which are not so well known, let's say for the people who are following only top chess tournaments. So of course, like I guess like Magnus is currently like the best Blitz player, but I think when it comes to online, okay, it's also like Alireza is very good, Hikaru is very good. Sometimes I can also play a little bit. Vesely, for example, yes. So I think it's a very, very volatile game, and like on a good day you can. But whenever you have it, like you can, I mean, especially in Blitz, you're capable of beating people.
But now we have two of you here next. I have to ask this question. You've played each other so many times, like you played the other top players, but is there a specific mindset that has developed when you play Magnus or when you play Ian, like that is different, for example, when you play Wesley or somebody else? Yeah,
I mean, of course, it's different based on opponent, and you adjust your strategy a little bit because of that. But as you said, like we've played each other so many times that you kind of know what you're getting at this point.
Okay, Jan?
Yeah, like generally, I mean the Blitz of course you make a lot of mistakes in Blitz, and I think the key is like to minimize your unforced errors, like in tennis. And like as for me, I'm sort of capable of keeping up like very, very high pace. And normally I think I play a little bit more quick than majority of my opponents, but the problem, okay, I don't play too good, yes. So don't blunder pieces and so on, and don't make some silly moves. And if you can combine it, then probably you can fight for some high places and hope for a good result. But there is like no specific approach towards players. Yeah, normally in Blitz it's a game of intuition, and you have to play a position you know well, you feel well, and I mean it can be objectively bad, but you know what you are doing, and that's perhaps the most important thing. Okay, two different approaches. Thank you very much. Next question. NRK.
Doesn't like it. There's Hans Neumann. He says the chess world is officially a joke. I can't believe that official body of chess is being controlled by a single player for the second time there. One of you, do you have a comment?
I guess that's good that Hans has Twitter. Sorry. It's very good that Hans has Twitter. Yeah. I mean, he always entertains us. I mean, yeah.
Magnus, do you want to
I
comment?
just said no comment.
Yeah, well, thank you for that question. I mean, obviously, FIDE is its own body which controls itself, but everyone is entitled to their opinion, so that's how we carry it. Gentleman over there, VG. Just wait a second for the microphone. Yeah, microphone, VG. Over there. Yeah. Just raise your hand.
Okay, can I go ahead and ask a question?
Yes, sorry. Yeah,
Sure, yeah,
sorry.
no worries.
Please, and then.
This is Riley Moore with Quillette Magazine. I had a question for you, Magnus. Clearly you had some frustrations with FIDE during this event, and I was curious if your decision to split the first place was a continuation of those frustrations, or is it merely
No.
just exhaustion?
No, it had nothing to do with that. And
Right.
I'm happy with the fact that there was a solution was found and accepted.
All right, thank you. Now, the gentleman from VG, just raise your hand and they'll pass you the microphone. Just raise your hand. Thank you.
Question for Magnus. Would you have shared a gold medal with any other player than Jan?
It's a good. It's a hypothetical, of course, but it was good to share with him for sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a question. Okay, let's slowly move. Wrap up. Sorry, just a question. The mic is over there. Just sorry a second.
Question for Jan. When Magnus played Bishop F4, did you see immediately possibility to take the Bishop and after play knight e3?
Which game again?
When did, which moment you saw?
You mean game 4? No, I mean actually, I sort of misjudged that Queen on A7 also protects on F2, and it was like some very bad news because I thought like, okay, I'm like giving a mate with checks like with any move order, and then the funny thing is, okay, I found like, okay, I started like, okay, I had like I think like 90 seconds or something, so I started considering other moves. And actually, like after knight e3, I was like, first I was quite happy with the endgame which arises like queen e3 and just trades on e3 and takes on b7. But then later on, I spotted like there is a d4, so a second intermediate move. So yeah, but I mean, it looked like something should happen. Yeah, like rook g2, queen on f4. Like, of course, my first intention was to play this out like rook g8 and then something like king f1, knight d2. And then like check, and mate, but queen on e7 always protects on f2. This was a bit shocking, so I had to, create a new master plan. Yeah, but yeah, fortunately, knight e3 was just enough.
I thank you. We're wrapping up gradually. Just the lady over there with the mic. Just could you pass the mic to the lady, please? Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Virginia Benedict, and I have a chess club in my town, and I'm mostly little kids, youth. And so I asked this question the other day to the other winners, and I'm asking again the same. What advice would you give, would I give my kids to become really good chess players? What should they focus on, middle, opening,
Clear.
or endgame?
Clear. Well, Ju, you want to start first on this one as well? So.
Well,
Brief
I
answers.
think for little kids, 1 or 2 openings and some middle games is like a basic. But if they can grow more interest, and they can like analyze this more.
Thank you, Ju. Jan, you want to?
Well, I think generally speaking, there should be some passion towards chess, and chess should bring some joy and like enjoyment, let's say. So I think it's quite. This is it basically. Yeah, like so you can if especially like we speak about someone like very young, yeah, has like no real passion. Once again, yeah, like that doesn't really like to do too much of chess. Like for example, like me, yeah. I'm kidding, but yeah, normally. Everything like just a little bit of this, little bit of that is fine, but just keep the general attitude towards the game. Yeah, that's it's interesting that like brings you joy and so on. I think that's the key. And once there is a connection, yeah, like there is a link in between like the game, like the work, you know, the study. I mean, it sometimes like brings some good results, and some of the kids become great players.
Yeah, I would generally echo much of what Jan is saying. I think for kids, I don't think young kids should be thinking about how am I going to be, you know, one of the best in the world or anything like that. You just enjoy it as much as possible, and the process will lead you, you know, where it leads you.
Thank you.
When you were young, you started very young. Did you just enjoy it, or did you focus?
Yes.
Did you
Yeah,
focus?
I loved it. So there was no thought of like focus or anything. I just did what I loved.
And you still do. I mean, I saw in the fourth game when you were losing, at one point you just smiled at the position, which is interesting to have such a reaction in such a difficult position. Well,
I'm not sure about
maybe
that.
I noticed that.
But
Maybe that's how I read it.
It was an interesting game, so that's for sure.
Thank you. Hans, NRK, Norwegian.
To Magnus and Jan, how does it look for FIDE that you have to call the president to make a decision to split the gold, and what did he say?
Well,
you know, I think I've said enough about FIDE. It's okay.
no, but I guess like there was like there was a case of sharing gold on the Olympiad, yeah, in Tokyo, yeah, like so more or less recently, I'd say, yeah. And also the one decision I didn't like too much, the sharing first for the online Olympiad in chess, which was a bit controversial to me, but okay, what to do? So I think it's like maybe it will cause FIDE to return the Armageddon tiebreak, yeah, like so to determine the winner. But so far, okay, I'm not going to whine too much. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's that? No. Like he didn't really say anything. It was like I think they, perhaps, yeah, like so. I think they just informed about our like agreement. Yeah.
Exactly. The protocol was that you informed the chief arbiter, who then communicated that to the FIDE president.
Yeah, like
so
this.
There was no direct conversation between you. And
of course.
That's. I believe that's what you were aiming at the question, and that's what it is. Yes, one more question over there.
I see that Blitz and Rapid is growing a lot. Do you ever see like a format of World Cup and candidates coming in just to determine the world Blitz or Rapid champion, or do you think that classical is the only format that should have that kind of a cycle?
Yeah, I mean it's a good question. I think in general it's a good thing that there is an actual final of this event, that you get a winner, or in this case two, which is I think would be quite rare in head-to-head combat. But as I think these events are good on their own, so I don't think there needs to be a cycle like in classical.
Thank you. Room for one more question, if there is any space. Okay, more there, and then let's.
After becoming a tournament champion for so many different formats of chess, I'm curious to know what about the game of chess still brings you joy and sparks a curiosity?
Magnus, you want to take that first?
Yeah, I mean,
what does bring you joy after so many of these?
Honestly, like the biggest feeling of joy is when I'm, I think actually playing Blitz, and when you find your flow, that's a really, really good feeling. And I had that midway through the day today, and that was really fun. Apart from that, it's the competition is exciting. The most important tournament, like the most important game, is always the next one. So I'm still motivated to play, and definitely at times at least brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah, basically not so much to add, but as for me, I just like winning. And the game of chess is probably the only one I can win a lot. Yeah, like I tried other games. Yeah, I wasn't so successful.
You're a good online gamer, I heard as well.
Yeah, but I'm not winning that much. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Ju, what's your case? What
Yeah,
brings you joy now?
well, for me, I think playing chess is very, like most of thing in my life, and it doesn't matter winning or losing. I always enjoying it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ju. Well, exactly. It doesn't not winning or losing, but it's having fun. And I think we had a lot of fun here in New York. A lot of unusual things, new things. And when I started writing the article about this, I said there were two new things, that we started the event in 2024, and now for most of the world it's 2025. And I think this is the first time in modern history of FIDE that we had such an event. And secondly, we had this change with the knockout format, and obviously new proactive decisions based on the discussions we all had. So I want to thank you all for joining us in this conference and for the great event. We want to thank the media, thank everyone, and
Happy New
New
Year.
Year, everyone. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Ju, all the best.